Welcome again, Nissan GTR fans. So what we have here is a new brand for me. It's called Stance Hunters, and this is an R34 Skyline GTR. So let's take a look here at this. Well, let's get rid of this plastic cellophane here. I know this came in other colors. It came in the color that's in this background, this green. I actually have that in a Kyosho Mini Z RC model. And actually, not a Mini Z, it's a D Nano, which is like a 1/43rd scale RC, but it doesn't really work anymore. The battery died. Let's see here. So this thing just says Stance Hunters and a bunch of random text there. It's not licensed, obviously. Alright. So the case is pretty good. I wouldn't make a habit to pick it up by the top, but at least it seems alright. So we have this photo etched metal nameplate here, and it says Stance Hunters. It's so reflective, so I'm going to try to hold it at an angle there. Yeah, the lettering is really nice, you know. It's, oh, I didn't even know it's limited edition. So it says V-Spec 2. So I did a little research. Actually, you know what? Let me take it off the base. I don't see any sort of tow hooks or antennas. And those wiper blades are recessed. Well, you know what? I've snagged wiper blades, so I think I am going to leave it on the base. Alright, so let's compare the photos, and I'll talk a little bit about the car here. Okay. So, if this is a R34, it would make it the 5th generation Skyline GTR. Chief Engineer Kozo Watanabe, and then it's running a 2.6 liter inline 6 twin turbocharged, listed as 280 horsepower, but I think some magazines tested them to be around 320 horsepower. There was a gentleman's agreement amongst the Japanese brands at the time saying nothing could have more than 280 horsepower, which seems pretty stupid if you're going to sell stuff, you know, globally. I don't know, maybe this wasn't exported, but the RX-7 was, right? Anyways, alright. It's all-wheel drive system, and then the V-Spec would get you some suspension upgrades, as well as all-wheel steering, you know, 4-wheel steering. And then the wheels on these images pull up something called the NUR version, because in 1999, an R34 set the fastest production car lap around the Nürburgring. So then in 2002, they came out with the special NUR version, and it had some upgraded turbos. And these photos are the NUR, and the wheels match. So I don't know if these guys are going for the NUR version or the regular V-Spec 2, which may have different wheels. I'm not an expert on this stuff, guys. I'm just kind of figuring it out as I go along. Alright, so let's take a closer look here at this model now. So this purple is pretty cool. You know, it's a metallic purple. I don't think it's a color shift. The clear coat's pretty nice, though. You can kind of see something going on in there. Some sort of glue residue there. Maybe from the headlights being glued in or something. Alright, well, let's start from the side here. So these wheels, yeah, please leave a comment if you know, is this a NUR version or not. But they look close enough to the real images, and there seems to be something printed in the center. Let's go to the front one and see what's in there. I don't know what that logo is. Oh, I think it's an R. It's just spun. You know, I think the top is... This is the top, you know, so it's like an R. Alright, oh, well this is interesting. It'll actually spin on the stand. So that's cool. It's good that you know, I guess the tires don't get flat spots that way. And the tread blocks, they don't look like truck tires. There's obviously a tread going on, but it doesn't affect the side view too much. It's nice to see there's a yellow brake caliper in there. Unfortunately, the roundness of this rotor seems a bit off. I don't know if there's plastic missing or silver paint missing. Seems to be a badge there, a raised bump with an orange reflector. And the mirrors have actual reflective stickers, so that's as real as it gets. The door handle sticks out a little bit, and there's a little silver keyhole there. There's a fuel filler door there. Rear tire looks good. You know, they're not perfectly flat, so they look like they have some curvature like a modern sidewall would have. Let me position that R in the proper... Oh, okay, so that's what's going on. It actually says GTR. I didn't see that on the front. It's almost like the GT doesn't look right on the front printing. There, so it's a little messed up. This one is more legible, although it's not 100% centered. Alright, again, this purple paint's pretty cool, but again, it looks like there's some sort of glue residue, but it's a soft glue, which is nice. It's not like a crazy glue or anything. Alright, we might as well look at the interior. Ooh, pretty cool. There's a computer screen in there. I think that computer screen showed a bunch of information while the thing was driving, like boost levels, exhaust temps, all that, you know, everything in the entertainment system. And then the console, the instruments, that is, the binnacle, there seems to be gauges in there. Unfortunately, the actual window is molded, so it's causing a lot of distortion. There also seems to be something on the steering wheel, like in the middle. So unfortunately I can't get a better angle. Maybe right there. It's hard to do when the thing is on a big plastic base. But yeah, there's some gauges. I'm sure they're pretty nice, but the distorted windows kind of ruins it. But look at that console in the middle. I mean, it looks like it's a lit up, console. It's just such a bright blue, and that bar above it, maybe that's the radio, the green bar. But they're so bright that they look like they're illuminated. Oh, look at that. There's a GTR there in the top as well. So that might be a computer display as well. Alright, stick shift there. E-brake handle. Maybe a cigarette or a cup holder. Sport bucket seats. Doors. Unfortunately, the reflection is messing it up here. But yeah, I'm going to have to assume there's an armrest there. There's a rear view mirror. Okay. I don't know if there's a mirror in the mirror. Like a reflective sticker. Can't tell. Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, well, since we're on the back here, we got the big red plastic taillights, looking pretty good. GTR looks good. I think there's a key mechanism or a lock up above it. Sorry, I'm trying to hit the focus here and it's not doing it. Alright. Third brake light, the Nissan, although I don't think that Nissan is legible. So it looks like it's a foil sticker. I don't think that's a tampo print. I think there's actually some dimensionality to that. Yeah, it's raised a little bit. So I think that's good. Well, that's so shiny, I kind of feel like that's a foil sticker as well. See here, now it says VSpec 2, but not NER. Oh, I didn't even see this. It says Skyline. It's in black. It's hard to see on purple. Painted reflector, painted backup light, and then nice to see something in the license plate. These exhaust tips are actually dimensional, like actual tubes. I don't know if those are metal or plastic. Hard to say, but they're very round. I'm not sure. The wing here, very nice. You know, the struts aren't very thick, so that's good. The wing itself isn't very thick. So there's a photo etched metal wiper blade here in the back, and then the defroster lines aren't very thick because you can actually see into the interior, so that's nice. Alright, let's back out here. I'll look at this side of the car even. Just looking for paint problems. It's weird, this glue again. Alright, so thankfully it can be removed. Yeah, pretty good clear coat going on. Uh-oh, what's going on here? I don't know what that is. Oh, hopefully that'll polish out or come out. I don't know. It's too bad. Okay, there's a little NACA duct there. I believe the V-Spec, well, the NUR has a carbon fiber bonnet there. On the real car, that is. So the wiper blades here, again, some of that residual sticky glue holding these photo etch wiper blades down. And, alright, so the front end. So the Skyline GTR on the license plate looks quite legible. I have to probably get a different angle for that badge and the grill. Try to get some light in there. Oh. It's got to be a foil sticker if it was on the back. Unfortunately, it's in shadow, so you can't really read the GT. Just you can only see the red R. The V-Spec had clear turn signals or reflectors, whatever these are, whereas the normal one had orange ones. I wonder if that's like paint or a piece of plastic. I think it's just silver paint. Okay. But look at the headlights, you know, you got the clear lens, and then you can see the molded bucket behind it with the little bumps there for the light bulbs, so I think that looks pretty good. It looks like there's 3 different light buckets there. And then there's a texture, obviously, in the grill openings. I wonder if it's plastic or metal. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if those are separate pieces, or maybe it's part of the base and it's showing through. But look at behind the license plate. I think that might be a piece of metal, the black grill, and then behind it is a silver painted intercooler. So that's the sound of metal. So I wouldn't doubt that this is actually metal. I almost feel like there's silver behind this hexagonal grate. You see the silver there? So I think there's, and look at this, I think there's purple behind that hole. So I think this actually has 4 metal pieces for the grills, and there's literally stuff behind it. So that's quite realistic, pretty impressive. This chin spoiler seems to be a separate piece as well. You can just tell because it's not 100% flat. It's like compressed up here, but not so much there. Alright, but this is under 4 times magnification. Let me back out again. Doesn't look so bad at that distance, which is still pretty close. Alright. Well then, I think that's going around the whole outside. Well, the wing here, there's a little silver paint on the back edge there. The windows all have black paint for the window molding, and the molding is cast into the window itself. Alright, so very good. I think it's a pretty good model. The other thing is weird is, like, what are these little dots there? I don't know if that's under the paint. I don't feel anything, and if it was glue, it would be coming off by now. So that could be concerning. It's just my luck. You know, there possibly might be air bubbles in the clear coat. That's a good possibility, I think. So that can't really be fixed, unfortunately. Oh well, that's too bad. Just my luck. So it's not a perfect model. Unfortunately, it has some paint issues. It's physically smooth paint, but obviously it doesn't look appealing, not like everywhere else on the body. Alright, well, that's that for the solo review. Let's compare it to a couple other, you know, Skylines that I have here. Alright. So the predecessor would be the R33, and this one is by Kyosho. So the R33, people felt that was a little bit bulky. So when they designed the R34, they made the overhangs a little bit shorter. I'm not sure if I can see that though, to be honest with you. I mean, look at the footprint there. Let me line up the rears a little more. I almost feel like they're the same size. Even the wheelbase looks similar. But that's what I read, you know, and who knows if these things I'm reading are written by knowledgeable people. Okay, so the next one is an R34, but it's a 225 GT Turbo. It's not a GTR. And that's also by Kyosho. Yeah, it's not bad. I do feel that, you know, the Stance Hunters is better because it has a brake system and then those metal pieces. It definitely raises up the value. It actually has reflective stickers in the mirrors as well. And there's detail in the interior. Kyosho's generally just have plain black plastic, so I don't really, yeah. The blister pack ones are okay, but the newer ones that come in crystal boxes, they seem overpriced. They don't, yeah. Alright, so let's make a little room, get this guy out. I do have a racing version of an R34. This is all by Kyosho again. But again, it's got a plain black interior. It does have a roll cage though. And then the stance of it really makes no sense. The gap between the tires on this race car and the fender, it just makes no sense. It's way too, it's riding too high, the body. Very strange. But it's riveted together, so I haven't bothered to fix it. Alright, let's get rid of this guy. So this last one is an R35. It's the car that, you know, took over. And this one is made by TLV. It's a Nismo version. I forget. I think it's the 2020 Nismo version. It's a pretty good model, except for the tires are really strange. The tires look like sci-fi off-road tires on this TLV. But it does have red in the interior, so I kind of like that. Okay. Well, I finally have a R34 GTR. It's been several months in the waiting, but Stance Hunters pulled out a pretty decent one. Hopefully if you decide to get this, your luck will be a little bit better with the clear coat there, not having some bubbles. But minus those two areas, it's a really nice model. Really tight details. So, I think it's good. I will probably have to try another casting made by the Stance Hunters brand. I'll have to see what else they have or what else is coming down the pipeline. Alright guys, well, thanks for watching. I'll see you the next time I get a GTR.